So hello everyone, I am Monowar from Bangladesh. Um, please wait a sec. So yeah, I'm Monowar from Bangladesh. I am still in high school. I'm a high school senior at Kumila Victoria Government College and hoping to graduate soon. And I'm going to Franklin and Marshall College, class of 2028. And my internet major is computer science. And I am also the founder of Cohort-based. It's a non-profit youth organization working for the betterment of the society. And so let's start with my academic stats. So I got GPA 5, which is equivalent to GPA 4 in my SSC with a general scholarship. And I also got the same results in my internal exams too. And currently, I am going to sit for the ITC 2024, which is the final examination of my 12th grade in Bangladesh. And it's a NCTB curriculum. And I was set optional. And here you can see a red flag, which means you shouldn't go set optional. But I did because uh, I didn't have that much time and I was too afraid of the whole uh, exam thing. So I went set optional and I realized that it was one of my mistakes that I made in my uh, application journey. So I will share some insights soon. And my Duolingo score was 130. So let's talk about my extracurricular activities. So I was the president of Kumila Jila School Programming Club, and as a president of that club, I organized various sessions, workshops for the juniors to learn more about the whole programming thing, the Python programming language, the C programming language, and also I worked with some other programmers in my this school and made a lot of programming projects. And as I said earlier, that I am the founder of a non-profit youth organization, which is Extracurricular, and I believe these extracurricular activities, work best for my acceptance in Franklin and Marshall College. And I was an open source contributor at Google Coding 2019. So basically, I had to make a lot of posters, graphic design stuff, and also some programming stuff in that competition. And unfortunately, the Google coding is discontinued from 2019. And I worked as graphic designer in various organizations and clubs. And I also worked as an intern in various companies. And I have two unique projects. One is Project Asha, which is for people of Bangladesh. And the app is basically uh, to connect blood donors, doctors, hospital, ambulances in need. And my another project was Project Monkothon, which is a platform to connect people and share their untold stories and people who are suffering from mental health issues and this project is mainly to break the stigma around mental health in Bangladesh and most of the Asian countries. So yeah, my achievements. So I was a recipient of Sheikh Russell Award, which is the highest honor in Bangladesh for a teenager. And I got this award for my activities in programming segment and for my projects that I described earlier. And I also got the Global Teen Hero Award. I was the top 6 in that competition, and it's an international award. And I got this award for my project Mon Kothon for my work as a mental health activist in Bangladesh. And I also participated in National High School Programming Contest, and I also received the gold honor. And I also participated in national web designing contest. And the name was the competition was Init 3.0 in Bangladesh, and I was the winner there. And I also got some awards for my community works. So I got the Bangladesh Youth Volunteer Award, and it was a recognition for my community contribution. And I also participated in various drawing competitions and got various awards in those. So my essay. So I think my essay was unique, very unique from others because uh, I structured it like a video game. So in a video game, there are several levels, and we have to finish all the challenges or tasks to proceed to the next level. So I compared my life story with a video game, and in the first level of my essay, I mean of my life, I described my background, my childhood, and then I explained my love for coding, and then I also explained the realization about my life, uh, that life is not just about myself, and I should, work for the community too. And then I explained the projects I mentioned earlier, and then I explained the results and my future plan. So yeah, that was my main essay. So uh, so let's talk about my rejections first. So I applied to too many colleges uh, because I was very afraid that I won't get into a good college because my EFC was too low and I was a set optional student. And that's why I got rejected from too many colleges. I applied about 50 plus colleges, I suppose. And as I was set optional and my EFC was too low, I got rejected from most of them. And I didn't research them well, and I couldn't get the opportunity to join interview with most of the universities or colleges. So I think that's why I got rejected from various colleges. So my ED1 university was New York University, the Abu Dhabi campus, and I was very confident about my profile, and I thought I should get into New York University of Abu Dhabi. Uh, I initially, passed the first step uh, and proceed to the interview level. But then I didn't, proceed to the next level, and ultimately I didn't got in with Abu Dhabi campus. But I did got into the Shanghai campus. So here you can see the supplemental essay prompt of New York University, and you can see that they mentioned that they are looking for peacemakers, change makers, global citizens, boundary breakers, creatives, and innovators. So uh, my profile was based on community service. I worked as a volunteer in various organization, and in my own organization too. I did a lot of social activities, and I made a lot of projects that can bring a positive change in the society. So I thought that maybe New York University of Abu Dhabi is the right choice for me, and yeah, I was very confident about it. But unfortunately, I didn't got in, as I said. So then I also got some other rejections too, right after another. And it made me realize that this application journey is gonna be too hard for me as I'm a SAT optional and I don't have that much EFC. As a result, the most of the liberal arts colleges which are need aware may reject me for this reason. That's why I got insecure and applied to too many colleges, about 50. So you can also try apply to too many colleges, but make sure to research properly each and every college before you apply. And let's talk about my acceptances. So the first university I got into was University of Kentucky. And as I said, I rushed too much. That's why I missed the deadline of their scholarship. And I didn't get any scholarship in the University of Kentucky. But I did get into 17 different universities and colleges in the USA and one university in the Japan. So I got into ST Norbert College with $32,000 per year, eight. I got into Florida Tech with $13,000 per year. I got into Knox College with $52,000 per year. I got into New York University of Shanghai with $53,000 per year. I got into Florida Southern College with $26,000 per year. And I also got into Drexel University with $48,000 per year. And the sweet part, the best part, I got into Franklin and Marshall College with nearly a full ride. So I also got the Diplomat Leadership Scholarship in Franklin and Marshall, and I also got the international grant. So how I find out the Franklin and Marshall College and why I applied there. So as I said, I rushed too much in the whole college selection process, and I was very insecure. So I didn't knew the unique programs that Franklin and Marshall had. I applied to Franklin and Marshall College in general, and when uh, I was preparing for the interview for Franklin and Marshall, I found out that they have some unique and awesome activities on their campus, and they have a unique, program for future leaders. And it's also a scholarship of $15,000 per year. So I applied there too. I had to write a supplemental essay for that. And for my voluntary works, uh, my leadership works, I got in that program and got that scholarship too. And yeah, I think Franklin and Marshall College is driven into community works, into community service. So they really accept international students who are engaged with organizations and who are working for their society, and who are contributing to the society to make it a better place. So I think they loved, especially my story, my voluntary works, and the story of my organization, how I founded my organization, and uh, how I executed the projects, and how I initiated the projects I mentioned earlier. I think they loved them too much, and I interviewed with a counselor of Franklin and Marshall College maybe for 2 hours straight. And yeah, I was very confident about the interview and about the whole application process at Franklin and Marshall. And finally I got in. So yeah, that was my story of Franklin and Marshall. I think I finished too early, but you can ask any question if you have.
Absolutely no problem, Monowar. Thank you so much. I loved your journey. It was very insightful. And I loved how you did not give up despite the setbacks. I think everyone has a lot to be like to feel inspired from the story. Thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure our participants have some questions. So let me just take a quick look into the chat box and see what they have to ask you today. Give me a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay, so there was a question about gap years and how to sort of explain it. For example, if you have 2+ gap years or 3 gap years, right? So do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, of course. So as far as I know, gap years are not a big deal. in case of US admission journey, and they really want to know what you did in your gap year. And if you can explain that what extracurricular activities you did in your gap year, there is no problem, and they will, happy to hear your story in your gap year. So it doesn't matter if you have 2 or 3 gap years, unless you are explaining why you took that gap year and what you did in that gap year.
Okay, right. That completely makes sense. So there's another question also about NYUAD and how NYUAD wants more people with more EFC nowadays. So I think this brings us to the question about international students expecting financial aid. So if you think from your like predictions this year and even about last year, like what advice do you have for people seeking more aid?
Okay, so I mean, there are 3 different campus of New York University of Abu Dhabi. One is in New York, one is in Abu Dhabi, and the another one is in Shanghai. So mainly New York University of Abu Dhabi is a need-blind institute. I mean, need-blind university. So they don't really care about your EFC, especially in the Abu Dhabi campus. So if you are a perfect fit for that university, they will, accept you and give you the financial need. I mean, financial aid you need. And especially in my country, there are a lot of students per year who got into New York University of Abu Dhabi, especially uh, 2 of my seniors got in 2 years ago together, and they are now currently studying in New York University of Abu Dhabi. And in total, there were 7 or 8 people who got into New York University of Abu Dhabi with a full ride. So if you are seeking financial aid, you have strong need of that, and you are a good fit for New York University of Abu Dhabi, you can apply there. And there was a special uh how to say, there was also a student from Bangladesh who got into New York University of New York campus with a full ride. So it really matters that uh if you are a fit for that university. So yeah, frankly, New York University of Abu Dhabi is need blind. You can apply there without any kind of hesitation if you are a great need of financial need. But frankly, New York University of New York campus, that is need aware, and also New York University of Shanghai, that is also need aware, and Shanghai campus will not give you much aid. So yeah, that's it about New York University of Abu Dhabi.
Thank you. That's really useful information. Thank you. I hope that clears that part out. And I think the next question is, I'm curious about what resources you found helpful in your application journey. So if you can give us a little insight.
I mean, what resources I used?
Yes, the resources
Oh,
that helped you during your journey.
so I started to, gather the basic knowledge of US admission journey from a group called Bangladesh Beyond Borders. I think you also know the name. And I gathered a lot of information or resources, or there were a lot of seniors who helped the juniors in terms of any kind of questions about the US admission journey. So I used or utilized that group a lot to find any answer that I have. So any questions answer I have. And also I used some Reddit uh, channels or groups. Uh, I mean, one of the name was applying to college. So you can find a lot of informations there too. And yeah, I think that's it about the resources. Is it uh, uh
Right.
is it especially for the extracurricular activities?
Yes. Okay, great. Well, I'm pretty sure you are also like registered into DPT's cohort, right? DP tutorials. You use that
Yes, yes.
as your way, right? So
Oh,
even
yeah, yeah.
I was also in that cohort. I remember you, right? So what do you have any advice for people like in their countries when they have these cohort things coming up with many people in one group being mentored by a small group of people? Do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, of course. So if you are a person who needs special care or special push from a mentor in
Mm.
your application journey, I think you can join a cohort. And joining a cohort will also help you to find same-minded people, and you can discuss with your peers if you have any, confusion, or it feels less scared if you have people around you. And if you utilize the resources that are already available in the internet, you can also do that. It's not mandatory to join in a cohort in order to get into prestigious or big schools. If you had a decent profile, and if you had good extracurricular activities and achievements, I think you can still get in. So getting into big schools is not necessary that you have to join cohorts.
Right, right. Okay, amazing. And speaking of ECAs, I also had this other question. Like you had many ECAs, especially during your teen years, and many leadership-oriented ECAs as well. So for any rising student who is looking into enhancing their portfolio in that way, like opening their own organization, do you have any advice, any suggestions?
Yeah, sure. So from my childhood, I was very attracted to these kinds of work. So I didn't engage with any activity only to enhance my profile in order to get into big schools. So I was engaged with these kinds of works from the very beginning of my academic journey. And I think I started from class three. I joined a art competition there, and I joined again and again and again into a lot of art competitions and got a lot of awards in those. So if you are someone who is, especially trying to enhance your profile only to get into, big schools or liberal arts colleges in the US, I don't think it will help you that much. And if you have the passion to work on something or to any subject you like, as example, I love programming, and it's my passion, right? And I did a lot of extracurricular activities from class eight uh, in this segment, and yes, I got a lot of awards related to this. So yeah, I had already an enhanced profile for the US application journey. And yeah, if you are trying to enhance your profile only to get into a big schools, I don't think that will help you a lot. But still, you can search youth opportunities on Google, and you can find a website there, and you can find a lot of opportunities listed there, and it updates the website, regularly. So you can find a lot of national and international opportunities that are already present around you. So you can find those. And I think I utilize social media uh, a lot. I mean, I didn't just use social media for, passing my time. I followed a lot of persons who are all already in the US from Bangladesh. I followed uh, a lot of, organizations, a lot of uh, opportunity hunting pages. Uh, so yeah, that helped me a lot to find new opportunities and competitions around me. And yeah, I think that's it. And also LinkedIn, it helped me a lot as I got connected with a lot of alumni, and I had the opportunity to see what extracurricular activities they did and which competitions they joined. And from there, I also got a very good overview and what I have to do in order to get into that university and what kind of students that university accepts or love.
Right. Awesome. Thank you, Monowar. That was a really, really insightful answer. I'm pretty sure it's going to help everyone a lot. And I found another question now that is actually related to, I think, transfer students, like being enrolled in another university in your home country and then applying. And if that actually sort of makes the journey even tougher for you as a transfer student. Do you have anything to say about that?
I don't have that much, information or experience about transfer students. But
Mm.
if you are already in a university in your home country, and if you are applying as a freshman again in the US, it will hamper your uh, visa experience a lot, as the visa officers know that about your, uh, whole life. I don't know how they know this kind of informations, but they know. So if you get in into a US university as a freshman, but in the other hand, if you are admitted in a university in home country, it will uh, negatively affect your visa interview. But as a transfer student, yes, you can apply, and I think the process is similar to applicants who are applying for the first time.
Right, right. Okay, that makes sense. And here's an interesting question for you. So someone said that, at many points, liberal arts colleges, all of them feel the same. So they want to ask you, what makes F&M stand out for you? What made it your first choice?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Of course, yeah, no problem. So basically, most LACs, according to an opinion, they all feel the same sometimes. So in what way was Franklin and Marshall unique to you? How did it become your first choice?
So yeah, I don't agree that most of the liberal arts colleges are the same. I mean, the community structure may seem same, but there are a lot of different programs or different kind of vibing in different liberal arts colleges. So you can differentiate them if you research a specific university based on their website, especially because a official website of a university is the, I think, uh, that's the greatest resource you can find about that university particularly. So if you are applying to Franklin and Marshall College, you should go to their official website and get an overview of how Franklin and Marshall College is different from others. Um, I researched about Franklin and Marshall College one day before my interview, and I found out that Franklin and Marshall College have that Diplomat leadership program. So uh, I have to take a special course for that program, and it will give me the opportunity to work on the field in Lancaster community to make the community better. And in Franklin and Marshall College, there are also some great study abroad programs. There are a lot of clubs in that university, and there are lots of activities happening here and there in the campus. So Franklin and Marshall College was special for me because they really loved leaders. They like people who can make a change, people who can work for the betterment of the society. So yeah, in these perspectives, Franklin and Marshall College was uh, different from other liberal arts colleges. And yeah, I think that made Franklin and Marshall College my first choice. So I applied ED2 there.
Oh, great. Awesome. Speaking of ED2, EA, and RD, there's also a question about the approach you used with your college list. Like, how did you decide whether you were going to go for early action, early decision, or regular decision? How did you sort it out?
So yeah, I think college research may help you a lot in that case. I mean, you should ED to a particular university if that university matched your type. I mean, you have to know first that what type of students get in that particular university. So if you are a nerd student, you should consider big schools like MIT, Harvard, or Princeton, or Rice University or universities like that. So they really like nerd people. But if you like small community, small classes, uh, too many activities on the campus, then you should consider liberal arts colleges. So when you research about a particular university, you also should uh, research about past students who got into the university and uh, know their profile first. So if you think that your profile and that person's profile are kind of same, or you are really liking the vibe of that university a lot, then you should consider applying early decision to that specific university. I mean, if you love that university, you have to ED to that university. And as it's a binding decision, you can't apply ED elsewhere. And if you get in, you have to, commit to that specific university. So yeah, so college research is the first thing that you should do about considering where to apply ED1, ED2, or EA or regular division. So if you think that some universities you also like them, but as you can't apply early decision there, so you can apply early action in that case. And the remaining universities that you are not that much confident about, you can apply regular decision there.
Right, right. Great information. Thank you. So we have another big, like, there's a big thread of questions within one text box here, which is amazing, right? So, how did you write an outstanding essay? And can you give some tips and advice for a 10th grader who's applying this year? So, I mean, basically at first, like, you had a really, really unique idea for your essay. If you could give them some tips, on how to make it even better.
Okay, so as I am from NCDB curriculum and my whole academic journey was in Bangla language, so I wasn't that much confident in writing or speaking English. So yeah, writing an essay was a very tough task for me, and I didn't have that much idea about essay too. In the beginning of my application journey. So I first of all wrote an essay, uh, only working for 2 or 3 hours straight. I wrote an incomplete essay about the struggles of my life. This is the common topic that international students write about, and yeah, which is not suggested as I mean, admission officers found a lot of essays about the struggles of a student. So it is not suggested that you must have to write about your struggles of life in your essay. You can also write, a bright side of your life, a event that changed you a lot, that made you the better version of yourself. And it can be a happy story too. It shouldn't be always about your struggles or about your bad times in life. So uh, I wrote a very bad essay for the first time in my life, and I showed it to my senior, my mentor, and he said that it is a very bad essay. You should rewrite the whole thing again, and you should, uh, work hard behind your essay. And he suggested me to read a PDF first to, get the overview of how an college essay looks like. So I read 50 Ivy League essay. You can find that PDF in Google search. So I downloaded the PDF and read, I think, 50 essays straight about how a college essay looks like or should be, that already got accepted earlier. So I got I got that, uh theme or type that admission officers love about college essays. And I also watched a lot of YouTube videos, people who have already got in, explaining their, college essays, reading out their college essays. I heard them, I viewed those videos. And as I love to play video games, this idea suddenly came into my mind that I can write something about my life, about my journey, and connect it with my, with the thing that I love most, playing video games. So I compared my childhood as a level one in my essay and compared level two uh, as my, phrase when I got introduced to computer. I, you know, wrote level three as the realization I had in my life. And I wrote level five, where I took initiatives, I mean, the projects I initiated and how they help the society. So yeah, that was the structure of my essay. And if you read a lot of essays, I think a topic or a idea may come into your mind suddenly. So yeah, that's
Right. Amazing. Thank you. So, as I said, the second question was also like, if you went back in time for, like, say, 10th grade and you were just starting on in your application journey, what is the advice you would give yourself and to everyone else over here?
Oh, I see. So I think if you're someone who is not that much confident about writing or speaking English, you should first improve your writing by, learning a lot of vocabularies, English words. I think you should read English books or newspapers to, improve your writing or speaking skills. You can also, practice English speaking with your friends. And yeah, I think for writing an essay, there is nothing special you can do in 10th grade, but uh, ma- you can, improve your skills before time.
Right, great. Thank you. So here's another question about NYUAD, right? And for how to make your chances higher, how to get in. And Veronica did respond to it and speaking about like being global leaders and having high academics and international experiences and leadership. Do you have anything to add on to that as an advice?
Oh, okay. So uh, you can see the, common data set of New York University of Abu Dhabi. Was that question specifically about Abu Dhabi campus?
Yes.
So yeah, you can see the common data set of New York University of Abu Dhabi. You can find them, I think, in Google search or in the official website of New York University of Abu Dhabi. There you can see they accept students who have good set score. Uh, and as I showed the prompt earlier about New York University of Abu Dhabi, they really love global leaders and peacemakers or innovators or creative people. So to get in, I think you should uh, uh, improve your profile in that special segment. The leader segment. So we really like to see getting introduced to people. I mean, how to say that? So New York University of Abu Dhabi accepts international students, and they have maybe 80% of the students who are international. So they will look if you can, you can fit in that community. you can communicate with people, and can lead projects or lead clubs. Okay, so also you should engage in activities related to community serving something or creating something that will helpful for the society. So yeah, I think you can enhance your profile in these segments first.
There is someone wanted information about the Diplomat Leadership Scholarship and like, how many people got this scholarship each year at F&M College?
So there is no specific numbers about how many people get this scholarship, but uh, if you show that you are a great leader and you did something great for your society, you lead some group of people with you to bring better changes or bigger impacts in society. In that cases, uh, you are a good fit for diplomat leadership scholarship for sure.
Okay, I think there's one last question. It's like, what do you wish you knew before you started your application if you were to go back in time? Is there anything you would have done differently or improved?
Yes, of course. I think I should have took the SAT first, because nowadays SAT is became have become very important for getting into a college. As this year Yale first announced that they will take students if only they have good set scores. So they are no more set optional, and I think most of the universities will be following that trend, and they won't take that much set optional people. So I think I should knew that uh, before applying.
Right, right. Okay, that is important. The like many universities, in fact, made the SAT compulsory this year, so everyone get prepping, right? So I think that's about it, and that brings us to the end of this engaging and insightful webinar. So I really want to take this moment, Monowar, to thank you so much for showing up here today and sharing your story with us. You inspired everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you liked it.
Welcome,
Yeah.
and thank you for having me today.